I'm very excited to introduce to you CEO of Zpryme, Jason Rodriguez, to come to the stage. If you would all give him a warm welcome. I'll get it for you.
Clicker would help. See the clicker. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you again. My name is Jason Rodriguez. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Zpryme. Thank you again for being here today. We've been talking a lot about digital, but today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about connection and how it's the brain and our ability to process and connect in new ways in this new era can probably take us to new places, and we're excited to be a part of that. So first, just a brief history of Zpryme for those of you who are not familiar with us. We're founded in 2007. My co-founder, Mark Ishak, and I started off doing business plans in an apartment about probably a few blocks up the street. And then in about 2009, our focus turned to smart grid and clean tech research. Fast forward to 2013, we're still doing research. We do our first webinar on Smart Grid 3.0, I think it was. And then we kicked off this event in 2014 called ETS. 2 years after that, we launched our first short film called 77 Problems, which told the story of the 1977 New York blackout through the eyes of Dr. Masoud Amin. And today, as my fellow sorry about that, guys. We're launching into virtual and augmented reality for customer engagement. Let's see here. So before we go into what we're doing and why we think it's important, just want to take a moment to pause as we talk more about connection, about devices and things you use every day. So if you look at your top reasons for why people use a mobile device, they say it's to connect with their family. And when you look at the top reasons someone says they use social media, they say it's to connect with their friends. So why is this important, and how is it connected to why we believe augmented and virtual reality are that next big thing in terms of how you and I connect together as an industry and how you connect with each other as friends and family? There's this professor from UCLA, Dr. Matthew Lieberman, who says that being socially connected is our brain's lifelong passion. And in fact, it's just as important to survival than food and water are. So those of you who are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he says Maslow had it wrong. You might have a grandmother or grandfather who passed away, and you hear them say, they passed away when their spouse died. So what Lieberman claims is that social pain, emotional pain, is just as impactful as physical pain. And that our drive to connect is really what drives us to find new ways to connect with people and be interested in people and to try new things and to innovate. So my best way to show you that is to tell you a little bit about me. This is my family. Got a wife, so you know I'm a father. I have 2 beautiful daughters and a hilarious son. And all the people closest to me in my life, their first names start with the letter A. So just through the one photo, you and I now have a special connection. But the story of connection can best be told through my father. Since I was little, my father has worked the night shift. He was a maintenance technician. He'd fix machines and computers when they're down, and for the longest time, he would tell me stories of what he did and how he did it. But I never got to see where he worked. But one day, when I was 22 years old, he invited me out to Dell to see where he worked. And stepping into that facility, in that plant, and seeing how massive it was, and seeing the lines, and seeing the people he worked with, and seeing the tools he had to do his job, it built a new connection with my father, but it also gave me a connection for the industry he worked in. And so that power is why we believe being able to put people in a virtual experience, to walk in someone else's shoes, will change the way we as consumers connect with each other and the way businesses connect with us as well. So ironically, my father, who's here today, this is his first time seeing what I do. And this is him about 30 minutes ago. For the first time, he gets a glimpse to see of what you do. He had a chance to see what it's like to plug in an electric vehicle, to see a wind farm. And that, I can go on and on about the applications and how it's going to change everything with AR and VR. I'm sure you're hearing a lot about it. But the best way I know how to do that is to invite our good friend, Karl Popham from Austin Energy up here and tell you about a project that we're working on, which my dad just saw, and tell you why we did it and why we think it's important. Karl, welcome.
Thank you, Jason. What a great story. And Johnny, and you're here in the audience, thank you for coming and hearing what your son does. And then I was really pleased on the timeline. You know, I have been with this timeline, this group, since that beginning. So it's really been heartfelt and warm for me to see that journey and see that connection. And so that segues into this virtual reality project, which y'all all are invited to experience. It's on the second floor of the W right now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and a little bit about the process and why we as a utility are looking at using virtual reality and then the business and use cases around augmented reality. So what Electric Drive, and just to give you some context, is so Jason and team has been working on some virtual reality demonstration platform, if you will, for a while now, and kind of came up with some interesting takes on how to use it. And as early as about a month ago, we sat down and we storyboarded what we would like that experience to be for our customers. And so we chose a few themes. We wanted to have a device that could engage our customers and improve customer experience. That was very important to us. And how can we do it? And what do we want to demonstrate? So the themes of the experience. So all in, you're in the headset for about 5 minutes if you decide to do it. And I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but the themes are basically around, first, of how easy it is to plug into our public charging infrastructure, how beautiful Electric Drive and Austin is, and this is part of the C-Home Eco District. We also wanted to give the theme of tying into the fact all our public charging is done through West Texas Wind through our Green Choice program. So we wanted to tie in a wind experience. And then also we wanted to show how fun and cool it is to drive electric. So we have a little surprise ending on the drive that experience is coming out with that. But we're very excited about this project and our continued collaboration with Zpryme. So from storyboarding to the prototype you see today was under four weeks. It's very iterative and it's very quick. When you see the first thing, the team is very quick on it. And the big theme we wanted to get is just to start the discussion around virtual reality. We noticed when we demoed it last week, did a pre-release to our own Austin Energy staff, to include Jackie, who was just up here. And it is also kind of, she's looking at me from the left, and she's right there on the side looking at the right. So that's kind of an interesting virtual experience while you're even up here. And then we already found some interesting things from that initial feedback as well. So we'd encourage you to be part of that conversation, and we invite you to check out the VR experience hosted here at ETS.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Karl. And thank the team, the Austin EV team, Austin Energy, and also the Zpryme team who put that together. They're a great team. They're waiting, and they'd love to have you share that experience. And we appreciate you being here at ETS and look forward to talking to you more. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.